In this portion of the video, I'm going to give you my review of colloidal gold. And thereafter, I'm going to go through the internet and kind of take you through some different research. Some of it is random, but it's all related and is interesting. And I'll kind of talk you through it. I'll give you, read a little bit, give you my opinions, and kind of take you through the world of colloidal gold and monatomic gold. Also going to show you the difference between monatomic gold and colloidal gold, and you know, kind of show you that type of thing. In my video, this video, I've made colloidal gold only, but monatomic gold is the better one, and I'm going to talk about it a little bit later. So my review on colloidal gold. So basically, I've been taking colloidal gold for about 4 months now, and the effects have been pretty profound. And I'm going to kind of go through it month by month with you and explain how I felt and the changes that came within me. I'll talk about the side effects, the positive things. I'll talk about everything, the good, the bad, the ugly, with my review. Try to be as honest as possible with it. Okay, so I started around the end of February, around March is when I first ordered and received my colloidal gold. I bought it. Of course, I was taking it commercially then because, you know, I couldn't make it yet, wasn't able to make it yet. But after I took it, I was so impressed I decided to make my own, because I wanted to explore to see if, you know, when you buy a product from a producer, you never know what you're getting. You're trusting the producer. So I'd rather put some things in my own hands if it's possible for me to do so, which is what I did. I ordered all the stuff that I needed about a month, 6 weeks in after taking it, after you know, liking the results that I was getting. But the first time I took colloidal gold, the feeling that I got, I remember, it was still pretty cold outside, the weather here where I am, and I think it's important to talk about the weather and the seasons, because you know, your body and how you deal with you know, everything is it's all contextual. That stuff always needs to be considered. And also there were different effects that I got when it was cold, and different than the effects that I got when it was very sunny. And I'll kind of talk about those in a moment. But on the very first time I took it, I remember it was a pretty memorable experience. I remember my whole body felt like tingly and magical, like, you know, for lack of better words to explain my feeling. But it was very different. It wasn't like a buzzing stimulant, like if you take a pill or something, a drug or something. It wasn't that type of feel. You know, something that, you know, you don't really have much control over. It was in the background, but it was really deep, really deep, but subtle. It's like you like, what I mean by that is that, you know, you feel it, you know something big is happening, but it just feels totally normal, feels totally natural. So you don't even like think about, am I under the influence or something? You're not thinking like that. And but I remember my body was tingling. It was buzzing and it was tingling. It was kind of like like I don't know how to put it, but it was an odd, strange, tingling magic feeling when I first took it. Thereafter, I didn't get this feeling again. I didn't get this like to this extent anymore than like the first time. So, you know, when I first took it, you definitely know you took something, but you know, it's you kind of waiting to see, and being patient, and you know, and you're trying to, you know, experience and understand this different feeling or sensation that you're getting. So thereafter, I continued to take it. I took it as directed from the company for the first like 2 weeks, and I would go to work and go about my regular day. And I noticed it takes a while to notice, because, you know, again, it's kind of in the background. It's subtle, but it's subtle yet profound. But you know, later on, I you know, kind of thought back on it in retrospect, and realized like I would be at work and like have like this focus, but there's, you know, the back of my mind is working, the different parts of my mind are working, but they're all cohesive. They're all working together, and you're really calm. You're really calm. And you're calm to the point where I'd even take it as far as, excuse my language, you just go to the point feeling like, fuck it, fuck everything. And by you feeling like fuck it and fuck everything, it kind of makes you want to do more, because there's no pressure to do what you were doing before. And I'm the type of person, I put pressure on myself to do things. Like, I want to get this read by this time. I want to make sure I get my workout in, make sure I, do every, I have goals and stuff, and I put like pressure on myself, and it's like sometimes I stress myself out. But I got the feeling, like it was like a comforting feeling, like you got your friend or your significant other. They put their arm around your shoulder, and they say, hey, don't worry about it. Let's just have fun together. That type of thing. But it was all inside of me, and it was really, really cool. I felt comforted by myself, and it's a lot of strange, odd, but pleasant dialogue going on within yourself when I experienced and took this. And the weeks went by, and I've exercise routine, kind of watching to see if it affects that. Does it make that better, and that type of thing. It helped. It helped everything. I was recovering a little bit better. It wasn't any huge change or any huge adaptive abilities that I got from it, but I think it was helping me out. And at least I just talked about like when you're thinking about I don't feel like working out today, and you're thinking, should I work out? Yeah, you got to work out, or I don't want to do this right now, but let me go ahead and do it. That type of thing. And your mind's fluid, so you don't just have this odd conversation in your mind. You just kind of go do it, and if you didn't do it, it's still okay. But you're gonna do it because it feels natural, and you just do it. You just do things. You just kind of pieces things together like that. And over the next 2 months, I noticed that cumulatively I was getting a lot more things done. I noticed I was like reading books for hours and hours a day and enjoying doing it, and not realizing that's what I'm doing. Sometimes you read a book, and sometimes it may get boring or get it's tough to read, and you lose your concentration, but you want to keep reading, that type of thing. A lot of that stuff was eliminated when I would take this. And one benefit that they say about it, it's supposed to affect mental health and raise your IQ. There's lots of documented research that shows that this stuff actually raises your IQ. They say up to like 20%, something like this. And I haven't taken any IQ tests or anything like this, but I definitely believe it, because my recall is better, my memory is better, and it's real subtle. You don't realize you're better until you get an opportunity to see if you're better. Like, for example, I study a foreign language, and like every week I'll have conversation with a paid tutor, and they help me practice my abilities and improvement. And then I noticed that I'm recalling words without any problem, where before like overthinking. Now it's more fluid, and I didn't realize that I had gotten more intelligent until I got opportunity to see to use my intelligence. So you don't just feel smart. You get when the time comes to do something and you do it, you just do it. You're like, wow, I did that type of thing. And over 3 months, around a 3 month span, around a 2 month span, I had ordered my own stuff. I had decided that I would make my own stuff. It's like, if this works this well, I might as well make my own and make sure I get the exact purity and get the make sure I'm getting exactly what I'm paying for, because when you order something, you buy something, you're trusting them. But if you make it yourself, it's all on you. The whole quality and everything is all on you. So about a month ago, I had gotten all my stuff. About a month ago, I started the whole process of making my own colloidal gold, which you saw. This is the part 2. You saw in the part 1 how to make it. Quick and easy process. just kind of, you know, the most difficult part is doing all your research first and make sure you have all your ducks in a row when you're doing it. Make sure you don't make any mistakes and that type of thing, and, you know, of course, safety. But so was there a difference between the commercial brand that I took for the first 3 months and the stuff, the Colloidal Gold that I was making on my own? And, you know, of course, I'm comparing 3 months to just 1 month, but there was a pretty profound difference between the commercial manufactured stuff and the self-manufactured stuff that I've made. And I think the biggest difference is because with what I'm making, I can control the dosage. I can increase the dosage, that type of thing. And you know, I'm not worried about, you know, buying the manufactured stuff and, you know, it getting pricey. With, you know, by me making my own stuff, I don't have to worry about the price. I can make as much as I want, much as I need, that type of thing. So after I got it, I increased the dose because I was able to, you know, I had more, I could make more, and by increasing the dose, I noticed there were changes in increasing the dose that I didn't get from the manufactured stuff with the lower dose. And also with the manufactured stuff that I was taking for those 3 months, those first 3 months, two benefits that people talk about a lot with Colloidal Gold is that, number one, your mental health and IQ and, you know, all those mental related things. I can all the way vouch for that. I got that effect right away, and, you know, I just explained it. The other thing that they talk about is the effects on your skin, how it makes your skin smoother, look better, and DNA repair, etc. And these effects that they say it does. When I took the manufactured stuff, I didn't really get that effect. My skin didn't really make any dramatic changes, even though I did it for like around 3 months. So I didn't see any like significant change that I could attribute to the Colloidal Gold. And also, you know, the season was changing, so I could just say, oh, you know, it's getting sunnier. I'm able to get more sun. I'm able to get outside, and you know, that type of thing. So it's, you know, naturally my skin's going to look better. So I can't attribute that to this Colloidal Gold. But when I started making my own, and I increased the dose, I increased the dose by quite a bit. Probably about a couple weeks in, I saw like pretty quick changes in my skin. My skin was looking better really quickly, like about two weeks in of making my own. And when I made my own, even that's kind of a trial and error process, because when I made my own, like the first batch, I didn't make it that well because my first time doing it, because, you know, it was cloudy, and I made it with honey instead of current corn syrup. Current corn syrup is supposed to be the best way to do it because it lacks impurities, and, you know, it turns out better. So, you know, I was taking that kind of a tainted batch, but it was still pretty good. But once I made the new batch, which was about a week ago, where I used corn syrup and I did it right, the effects of my skin looking better were, you know, happened almost right away. So I guess the biggest difference between that I've noticed with the manufactured version and the version that I make myself is that I'm able to increase the dose. So by increasing the dose, I'm able to get more effect from the Colloidal Gold by increasing the dose. And, you know, I didn't want to increase the dose with the manufactured stuff because of the price. But now I can increase the dose, and which leads me to the next thing. Side effects. You know, if you increase the dose, you really want to tread softly. You don't want to do too much too quick. You don't want to go from 0 to 100 with this stuff, because, you know, it's new, it's foreign, and you can abuse anything. You can abuse food. You can drink too much water, and it can cause problems. You know, you can abuse anything. My whole point. And with this stuff, I did get like a couple of side effects. One side effect when I increased the dose too much. When I increased the dose too much was that I got kind of like an upset stomach. It wasn't like major upset, no diarrhea or anything like that, and then crazy like that. It was just my stomach was just kind of, you know, upset a little bit, and it subsided in like 20 minutes. So it wasn't anything major. And then I increased the dose again. You know, I was playing with the dose, increasing until I got the right dose. And I increased the dose again, and when I increased the dose, I got like what seemed to me, I don't know exactly, but it looked like allergic reaction type reactions, and I'm guessing my body, it's something new and it's too much, and my body's kind of overreacting to that. So I got like irritation from that, like skin irritation from that. And all I did with that, I just reduced the dose, and that kind of went away, like right away. So it right then it told me that, okay, your dose is a little bit too much, too fast, or just too much altogether. You know, tone it down. So that's what I did. Those are the side effects that I've gotten. Nothing major. The pros greatly outweigh the cons. With all of this. And exercise. I'm pretty big on exercise. I'm not big like I used to be, but I'm consistent. I have a routine. I keep a routine. I always try to stick to my routine. You know, whether I'm tired, whether I'm full of energy, you know, no matter what, I try to stick to my routine. I'm real tough on myself in regards to that. But with the manufactured stuff, the first 3 months, I did get, I think it's kind of too early to tell because it's the first 3 months, but I did get, I think it helped me with my workout routine, and me receiving my diet well. They say another benefit of it is that it upregulates your ability to take in nutrition. Like, it helps your body assimilate nutrition better. And I did kind of get that effect. Like, I'm kind of newly experimenting with a very veganish vegetarian diet. It's not completely vegetarian or vegan, but I'm really playing with that. And when you do that, it kind of, it could be a shock on your body. It'd be tough on the body, and the body, it doesn't, its body's too weak because you're not getting the meat protein that you were getting, and you switch to a different protein. And the body has to adapt to those things. And sometimes for some people just can't do like a vegetarian or a vegan diet, so it just won't work for them, and they just gotta it's tough. You really gotta do your research for some people. Some people it works just naturally for them, and I envy you if you can be a vegetarian, be a vegan, and you could really, it benefits you and it works well for you. But some people it doesn't, and for me, I'm really going slow this time because I've tried it before, and I got really adverse reactions from it. It was a long time ago, and I have an older body, so the older body isn't resilient as a younger body, so really got to tread softly on it. But the effects on my workout and my nutrition in regards to that, it was subtle, but there was a difference. Okay, now when I started making my own version and I increased the dose, the effects were greater and much more noticeable. And I noticed I was healing better, healing faster. With both versions, my sleep has been dramatically a whole lot better. Every night, as soon as I put my head on the pillow, I'm asleep. That's how it's been for the past 4 months. And that's big on, it's supposed to be anti-aging, so that's big part of anti-aging is, the big part of anti-aging is making sure you get that good sleep, and make sure your sleep schedule is constant. And this whole time, especially this past month, by making my own, increasing the dosage, my sleep is better. I go to bed early. I wake up earlier than usual, sometimes an hour more than usual. So I'm getting more done through my days. Overall, I'm just becoming a whole lot more productive, and there's no stress in being productive. Sometimes you have to push yourself, and there's less stress in pushing myself to be more productive. So is that everything? Have I talked about everything? So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. It's been 4 months, 3 months with the commercial stuff, and then 1 month with my own version where I've increased the dose. I've increased the dose probably triple or quadruple. I've triple and quadruple a normal dose for the biggest person sometimes. And again, you have to be really careful with that, and be real subtle about it, and even check with a healthcare professional first, and work uh, align your regimen with seeing a doctor to make sure everything's okay. Because one thing that I found that you're going to see in a moment when we go through these internet articles is they said that it talks about it possibly having an effect on the spleen, the liver, kidneys, your elimination organs, which that's understandable. You're putting a metal into your body, or an extra vitamin into your body, and your body has to process that, and of course you can't overdo it. So that's my review on Colloidal Gold, and let's go to the internet and really check some of this stuff out, and really go in depth and kind of go through and see what's going on with it, the ins, outs, good, bad, the ugly, the commercial stuff. A lot of it is going to be commercial, and a little bit is going to be scholarly, but I think it's all going to be pretty good. Some of it's going to seem random, but it's all going to be related.
Is this one? I thought it was pretty good. It basically compares colloidal gold to monatomic gold. And I think that's a good starting point because there's quite a difference. What I'm making, or what I've made, is colloidal gold. And colloidal gold is inferior to monatomic gold. Colloidal gold has less steps to make it, which is why I've made it. Maybe in the future I'll play around with monatomic gold. But one of the biggest differences between colloidal gold and monatomic gold is that monatomic gold, it's superior because it has the smallest particles, smallest particles possible. And that's what you want when you're making these compounds. You want the smallest possible particle, because the smaller the particle is, the more reactive it will be inside of your body. The bigger the particle is, the less reactive it will be inside of the body. In general, gold is non-toxic to the body, and it's inert. But when you take it down to the nano level, then it becomes active. It becomes reactive. So I'll just read some of this to you to get a good idea of what the differences between colloidal gold and monatomic gold, and also just some overall general information about what nanoparticle gold is. Gold has been valuable to humans since the dawn of civilization, and because we think of it and most other things in terms of prestige and monetary value, most of us have forgotten its value to our physical and spiritual health and well-being. The alchemists of Egypt knew of its power, and now so do the alchemists of today. We have access to, so this is an ad for whether talking about they're comparing two products. I'll just read it. What is colloidal gold? Colloidal gold is nanoparticles of gold suspended in fluid, usually water. It has long been used to add color to glass, even being used in stained glass windows. If you remember when I made mine, it turned red. It turned like a ruby red color and a dark purple color, and they use it to stain and color glass. Depending on the size of the particles in the solution, colloidal gold can give off different hues ranging from ruby red to violet. But while its ability to reflect light makes it optimal for aesthetics, it inhibits its ability to affect the body. So according to this, it inhibits light's ability to affect the body, and I'm assuming that this means in a negative way, like sun damage, for example. Gold in and of itself isn't toxic, whether or not it's been reduced. As a metal, it's chemically inert, and if you ate a big chunk of gold, you'd feel unfulfilled but not sick. This is why gold must be reduced to its basic element to be effective. This is also why colloidal gold doesn't have the same properties as alchemically treated monatomic gold. To gain any benefits, it has to be made with a special process. Why monatomic gold works. The nanoparticles of colloidal gold can potentially do a number of things, and they might be able to help treat problems like joint pain, but colloidal gold won't be processed at the cellular level like monatomic gold. Monatomic gold is as small a particle as you can get, so small that it's nearly weightless. Put in a liquid filler, it stays effective as a superconductor, and while colloidal gold is also suspended in water, the particles are too large for the body cells to process effectively. Monatomic gold are known to plate the cells, turning them into semiconductors. This enhances energy flow, promoting spiritual, emotional, and physical well-being. There are also no side effects to the use of monatomic gold, as the body uses it efficiently and effectively. Monatomic gold is known to help balance your chi and your torus, something the particles in colloidal gold are too big to do. If you're looking to enhance your body and mind, don't settle for colloidal gold, trust monatomic gold. So they're basically, tooting monatomic gold and explaining why it's superior in detail. Okay, so next article. This next article is very commercial. Health benefits of colloidal gold. Just kind of run through some of these, the way it's used in the medical industry to help heal people. So here it says it's used for autoimmune disease, and I'll read some of this. Gold compounds have been used for the treatment of rheumatoid arthritis and other autoimmune diseases for more than 75 years, but until now, how the metals work have been a mystery. So it just basically talks about how it's used to treat autoimmunity and arthritis, issues like this. And the next one is talks about it helps improve your immune system. And just read some of this. For thousands of years, it has been believed that gold helps contribute to a healthy immune system. Researchers at the University of Geneva, in collaboration with the National Center of Competence and Research, Bio-Inspired Materials, the Swansea University Medical School, have found evidence that a variety of gold nanoparticles have a positive impact on human B lymphocytes, the immune cells responsible for antibody production. The use of these nanoparticles is expected to improve efficiency of pharmaceutical products while limiting potential adverse effects. All right, and the next one is arthritis. It's supposedly improves arthritis. I've seen quite a bit on the internet about it. I've also gone to forums and hear people talk about how it has helped them improve their arthritis, and usually I see people speaking favorably of it. I'm not going to read this. I'm going to go to the next thing. Here, Harper's Bazaar report glows for hours after rejuvenating topical gold application. So this is basically putting it on your skin, and people are giving some pretty positive information about turning into like skin cream or like skin treatment. They're putting it directly on their skin to, I guess, protect the skin and from sunlight, if you have issues with dealing with the sunlight. I'll read some of this. Recently, nanotechnology has been developed that enables the precious metals to be broken down to nano gold, a type of colloidal gold with even smaller particles that are believed to be absorbed more readily into the skin. While critics have charged that there's a risk of these nanoparticles lodging into other parts of the body, beauty companies claim to have found a way to use them safely. This is basically talking about people using it on their skin for like facelifts, and some people for full body skin treatments, which would cost lots of money. And the next one, this is a biggie, I think, and I totally understand how this could be. Colloidal gold is shown to prevent cognitive defects and reverse brain damage in Alzheimer's disease patients. I'll read this. Colloidal gold was observed to prevent neuroinflammation, like the swelling up of the brain or the nervous system, and oxidative stress. Moreover, gold nanoparticles prevent deficits in both spatial and recognition memory. These results suggest that colloidal gold may be considered a potential treatment for dementia. Yeah, that's something that I've seen pretty often about it treating like brain injuries, concussions, and degenerative brain illnesses that people deal with as they get older. And I could understand it. I've my whole thought and thinking process is completely different since I've been using this, and it's kind of like just melds everything together. You feel like whole, like everything's fluid, if that makes any sense. And I've heard other people you know say the same thing, and I have to copy it because it's accurate. It's just, I don't have a better way to put it into my own words. The next one, colloidal gold skin care, pretty much the same thing. It's supposedly people put it topically on their skin and use it to heal their skin, and you know some people even purport that it fixes damaged DNA. I haven't researched that enough to like just say yeah, it fixes damaged DNA, but based on this, you know, if you put it on your skin, it, you know, they say it rejuvenates and heals the skin and makes the skin more resilient. I guess that would, you know, make sense, you know, fixing the DNA and, you know, getting things back on track. The next one that I'll go over is this is kind of random. How much gold is found in the human body? I guess naturally. An average human body weighing 70 kg, that's about my size, I'm slightly bigger than that, contains a small amount of pure gold. Find out how much. The human body is composed of many elements, including gold in trace amounts. I'll just read some of this. According to the technical treatise, the Elements 3rd edition, written by John Emsley, published by the Clarendon. Average person's body weighing 70 kg would contain a total mass of 0.2 milligrams of gold. That's very small amount, but it's enough to see. If the volume of this gold is purified in its purified form would be 10 nanoliters. If this refined gold were formed into a solid cube of purified gold, the measurements of each side would be 0.22 millimeters. Again, very small, but you could see it with your naked eye. By comparison, the human body contains 43 kilograms of oxygen, the most abundant element on Earth, as well as the human body. Other elements found in the human body include 16 kilograms of carbon and 7 kilograms of hydrogen. While the role of gold in the physiological process of the human body was unknown for many years, it has recently been determined that gold plays a role in both the health and maintenance of the joints, as well as being a key element in the transmittal of electrical signals throughout the body. Of interesting note, the human body contains 1 gram of silicone. This element is commonly found in the presence of gold in nature, and its metabolic function is currently unknown. I've heard about silicone and gold being like buddies. When you see one, you see the other, but I don't understand, like, you know, what the true purpose of silicone is, and its main deal. Okay, so the next one. Okay, I just gotta have one on toxicity of gold nanoparticles. You know, this is from a scholarly source, and I'll just read some of this to kind of talk about it being whether it's safe or not, based on people who do real peer-reviewed research. Let's kind of read this and kind of give my thoughts on stuff that I understand. Gold nanoparticles are kind of a nanomaterial that have been received great interest in the field of biomedicine due to their electrical, mechanical, thermal, chemical, and optical properties. With these great potentials came the consequences of their interaction with biological tissues and molecules, which present the possibility of toxicity. This paper aims to consolidate and bring forward the studies performed that evaluate the toxicological aspect of gold NPs, which were categorized into in vivo and in vitro studies. Both indicate to some extent oxidative damage to tissues and cell lines used in vivo, in vitro, respectively, with the liver, spleen, kidneys most affected. The outcome of these reviews showed small controversy, but however, the primary toxicity and its extent is collectively determined by the characteristics, preparations, and physiochemical properties of the nanoparticles. So studies have shown that the gold NPs are non-toxic, though many other studies contradict this statement. In order to have a holistic interference, more studies are required that will focus on characterization of NPs and with nanoparticles and changes of physical properties before and after treatment with biological media. So also they should incorporate controlled experiments which include supernatal control, since most studies dwell on citrate or CTAB capped gold nanoparticles, and that's the type I'm making. Citrate, I'm using trisodium citrate as my reducing agent, so the gold attaches to a citrate, so it's really what I'm taking. My colloidal gold is gold citrate. It's not pure gold, it's gold citrate. There's a need to evaluate toxicity and pharmacokinetics of functionalized gold nanoparticles with their surface composition, which in turn affects their toxicity. Functionalizing the nanoparticle surface with more peculiar ligands would, however, help regulate and detoxify the uptake of these NPs. So basically, with this article, it just kind of talks about the possibility of toxicity with gold nanoparticles, and of course, you can over supplement anything. The one thing they mentioned in here, the only thing that I saw that they mentioned in here that would be of concern, I guess, would be the liver. This effect on the liver and kidneys, where the liver, spleen, and kidneys. So I'm guessing if someone has an issue with that, they want to it'd be really important for them to consult with a professional before supplementing or experimenting with this type of supplementation. But then again, just me reading an article and just kind of skimming through and, out of curiosity. Let's see, what else do we have here? Okay, this is a lot of information, but I'm not going to go through all of it, and don't have enough time really, and I don't think you want to sit and listen through all of it. Yeah, so what else do we have here? Yeah, so that's it. That's my presentation on gave you some research and some commercial information about colloidal gold and monatomic gold, and kind of if you don't know anything about it, maybe you learn something here. Really just background information. I personally don't think that there's any thing to worry about, just as long as you use it as directed and don't do anything crazy. If you do go past the recommended, you tread very slowly, but don't listen to me. Do the right thing, do your own research. You know the deal. I love you all, and I appreciate you, and I thank you for watching. We're gonna go deeper. We're gonna go further. We're gonna go into the abyss. So stay tuned. Let's go into the abyss together. Y'all take care out there. I'm gone.